Good morning, students. Welcome to the world of technology and multimedia. Today, I am going to make video for the students of class 10th as well as 12th. And the topic is letter writing. Letter writing is common to both the classes. Okay. So listen very carefully and see the slides and see the PDF report. Okay. You can see on the screen letter writing. Okay. Now see it. Letters are an effective means of communication. In spite of the advent of modern technologies like cell phone and SMS, letters still hold their important and prominent place in the field of communication. See, students, this is the world of technology. Okay. And multimedia, but still we do require to write the letters, and there may be of many uses. Okay, now first of all, let us understand what a letter is and why letter writing is important. Okay, letter writing is the finest way of expressing our mind on any existing issue. It can also be a medium of exchanging information and expectations in business deal. It works as a medium of conversation at times when we are making inquiries, placing orders, or registering complaints. So, we can say that letter is a form of written communication. Letters are of basically two types: formal letter and informal letter. Okay, formal letter includes business letter, letter of complaints, letter to government officials, etc. Whereas informal letter include letter to friend, relatives, acquaintance, family members, spouse, friends, siblings, etc. Okay, so coming to the types. Okay, you can see on the screen formal letter written. These are the letters written under formal situations, when the situation is formal and when you don't know the receiver of the letter. They are written among others to organization, firms, government authorities, editors, and school authorities, etc. Whereas in informal letter, these are the letters written to friends and relatives. These are informal in manner of language, style, content. These are more expressive, emotional, and personal. Okay. Now coming to the part of a formal letter. What does formal letter include? It is heading. Okay, so before I explain the parts, come to the last page of the PDF. Okay, come to the last page. Yes, I have shared a layout of a letter to the editor. Okay, this is the letter which is written to editor. Okay, so the format is same for all kinds of formal letter. Okay, so coming to the type, you can see I'm reading the question first. Write a letter in 120 to 150 words to the editor of a national daily, drawing attention of the concerned authorities to the poorly maintained subway in Delhi. Give your suggestions. You are Naina Nikhil, living at C105, Safdarganj Development Area. So, the first task is to read the question first and find out that what all informations are given in the question. Okay, you can see that in this question, what details are already given. The details given are word limit. It means you have to stick by the limit of the word. You do not have to exceed. Second, information is given. You have to write the letter to whom? Who is going to receive your letter? Who is going to read your letter? The person is editor of a national daily. Okay, means you have to write the letter to the editor of. Because the name of newspaper is not given, you are free to write any name of the newspaper. Okay, don't write national daily. Now, what is the issue, the matter, the subject? You have to draw attention of the authorities concerned, okay, to the poorly maintained subway in Delhi. Okay, means you have to draw the attention of the authority, okay, towards poorly maintained subways in Delhi. You are required to give your suggestions also, and very important, who are you? the detail is also provided. You are Naima or Nikhil. The girls will prefer to write Naina and boys will prefer to write Nikhil. And most important, your address is given C105 Safdarganj Development Area. Now, students, it is very important to note the point that whatever details are provided in the question, that you have to use. Okay, if you are not using those points, then definitely your marks are going to be curtailed. Okay, in class 10th it is of 8 marks and in class 12th it is of 6 marks. Okay, now let us see the layout. C105, that is written the address of the writer. Okay, address of writer. You can see how it is written. It is heading sender's address, then next is date. You have to leave one line. Then the next is editor, receiver's address, the Times of India. You are free to write any name. Bahadur Shah Jafar Marg, Delhi. And then dear sir, madam, the salutation is given. Okay, and then subject, misused and poorly maintained subway. Okay, now you can read the PDF given. You can read how it is written through the columns of a steamed paper. Now what points are to be taken in mind? You can see one line space is given between receiver's address, date, writer's address, salutation and subject. Proper space is maintained, and most important is what? The maintenance of the column. Okay, the column is properly maintained and well aligned. Okay, now if you see the body of the letter, then you can see the body of the letter is divided into 3 parts. The body of the letter, you can see, is divided into 3 paragraphs. The first paragraph through the column 2, their condition. Second, the subway are meant to traffic on the roads. The last line you can see. And third is, I hope this grievance to, the last is, taken by them. So why it is divided into 3 paragraphs? Let me explain this. Okay, the first para, what does it include? The first para includes what? The introduction. The introduction to the subject, introduction to the writer, and introduction to the problem. Okay, you have to introduce why you are writing it. Okay, second is, the second para goes with the detail of the problem. What is the main reason? You have to draw the attention and you have to introduce all the problem in detail. Okay, make it sure, do not use literary device. The lines, the sentence, the words used should be simple and provoking. Getting my point? Do not use ornamentation. And the last para is conclusion, the result, the expectation. Okay, and your observation. Okay, then you can see, thanking you, yours sincerely, faithfully, truly. This is called subscription. Okay, and your name Nikhil and a concerned designation. This is designation at the end. Okay, complementary clause and signature designation. So this is the way how a formal letter is written. So this layout is for editorial letter. In the same way, you can write letter of inquiry, letter for placing order, letter of complaint, application for job, and many examples are there. Okay, now official letter, government letter, whatever kind of letter are there, you have to write in the same way. Only the receiver's address will change. Okay, at the end, don't forget to write it correctly. Thanking you, T capital. Okay, many students write thank you. This is wrong. Thanking you. Yours sincerely, yours faithfully, yours truly. Y capital, no apostrophe S in yours, and sincerely, faithfully, truly, the first letter should be written small. Getting my point? No comma should be used. Is it clear? Now, coming to the different types. Now, before I go to that classification, let me explain you about informal letter. Now, the question is, what is informal? Then let me tell you, informal letters are those letters which are not written to any government official. It is not related to any uh, formalities. Okay, these are the letters written to dear one, such as parents, siblings, relatives, friends, and it is personal in nature. Get my point? You can write it to your family members, parents, brothers, spouse, neighbors. So it is not as strict as formal letter. Okay, now where is the difference and what is the difference? The only difference here, everything will be same. The tone will not be so strict. The tone of writing, the way of writing will not be so strict. Only difference, there is no need to write address of addressee. Here in formal it is written the editor, the Times of India, no need to write this part. Okay, means receiver's address is not important and subject is not important. Skip these 2 points. Getting my point? Skip these 2 points, you will find informal letter. Understanding? Now coming to the classifications. Parts of formal letter. You can see heading. Heading includes receiver's name, address, date. Salutation, form of address, greeting like dear sir. Subject, a statement of reason, problem. Body of letter, this contains the description of the content. It should be written in simple, direct and colloquial language. Subscription, this is a leave taking note. You are ending the letter. Complimentary clause depends upon the relationship between the writer and the addressee. Example, yours truly, yours sincerely, etc. Signature, name and signature of the person who has written the letter. Apart from the formal expression is also an important part of letter writing. The ideas should be expressed in a logical sequence with coherence using correct grammatical structure. A letter should always be precise, to the point, crystal clear and simple to understand. It should be written in legible handwriting. Very important. Your handwriting must be neat and clean and legible. Must be understood clearly. Now, some examples are given. Letter to editor. Example is given. Placing order. One example with body format is given. Letter of complaint. Example, body format is given. Letter of inquiry. It is given. Request. It is given. Application for job. Application for job is exclusively for class 11th and 12th. Okay. For the students of class 10th, application of job with biodata is not coming. Okay. So students of class 10 can skip this part. This is not for class 10th, 9th and 10th. Okay. This is for class 11th of this part. Okay. And last part. So students, I hope that whatever I had discussed, that will be beneficial for you. I have already provided the PDF of this part. Okay. So note down in your copy and prepare yourself in a very good way. Okay. Thank you.